Okay guys, it's time to do it. We're sitting at 1-5. We're playing the Sawsbucks. We're also sitting at 1-5. We have got to pick up our game. We're gonna bring a strategy a little bit unorthodox this week. Heat train. It's time to take a week off, buddy. You've played the full season thus far. Just relax. You have a seat. You're gonna get yourself back up to full health. You're gonna fix that strained quad. Fire sack. You're gonna take care of that. Go see the trainer. Watch the vids. Have a good day. Alright. Now, we're playing Steve. And the first thing I see on his team that we need to worry about is that freaking Suicune. So let's watch out for it. I think he's going to be tailoring a lot of his Pokemon to deal with Heatran, who we aren't bringing this week. So let's hope that that pays off for us. Our teams match up fairly well against each other. Something else we need to watch out for is his MVP contender, Katie, the Mega Gardevoir, racking up kills. And if it's packing Psyshock this week, it is going to hurt us a lot. So let's hope that we can pull ourselves together. We're bringing Hitmontop and Aromatisse for the first time. Beyonce and Hitmontop. It's time for you guys to just dance. It'll be alright. So let's go, guys. Let's lace up our bootstraps. Let's pull up our britches, and let's go Bucktooth Bucko Nation. Let's show the Sawsbucks what the Bucktooth Buckos are made of. Okay guys, we're doing live face cam for the very first time, and I hope it works out okay. So we're going to take a look at the team preview. We've got the Milwaukee Sawsbucks in week 7. And the first thing I noticed on his team is he doesn't have Latios. And I ebbed all of my pokes to be able to beat Latios speed-wise. So, freaking crap. But, anyways, let's get into the battle. I think we have a pretty even matchup here, and I think we're going to do pretty good. So, Ryu is Steve, and that's always his name. Yeah, so he's going to bring out Jabari Parker, and we're going to bring out Hitmontop. I figured that would be his lead, and we're just going to intimidate the crap out of each other because, you know, we're both scary, big, bad mofo individuals. And I honestly thought he would just U-turn out here, but he doesn't. He goes for the knockoff, and that's fine. So, I just Toxic, and because, I mean, the only thing that isn't going to affect on his team is his Ferrothorn, which I didn't think he'd bring out turn 1. Anyways, so I thought it was a safe play. And I honestly thought he was going to U-turn out here, but it turns out he's Choice Scarfed, which I realized at this point when he didn't U-turn, and I am protected. This is a Toxic Stalling, bulky Hitmontop. So, yep, so that didn't work out very well for us. And, he's going to bring out Airflood here, which is his Suicune, which is something I'm really scared of on his team. So this was one of my immediate checks to it, because it can take any, I believe, 3 hits without Stealth Rock's damage. He's just going to protect here to see what I'm going to lock myself in, because as he states in his video, and we talked about afterwards, he knew I had to be Scarfed to beat Latios. Even though that wasn't what this was designed to check, it was more for Suicune. And going to go for the Tri-Attack here, and that isn't going to do much because this is completely specially defensive. If I'm not mistaken, Sassy Nature, Ferrothorn, and it is definitely going to be a thorn in our side. Pun pun. We definitely have to switch out here because we're just going to be doing chip damage. We're going to bring out Crobat for the win because I really thought a Leech Seed would be coming here, or a Stealth Rock. And I know if the Stealth Rock comes, I want to be in ahead of time because I have Defog, and I am Choice Band. So, I'd be locked into that, but I'd be able to switch out right afterwards and, you know, get rid of the Stealth Rocks and bring in something to hit this thing really, really hard. But he has a Leech Seed going, and I'm just going to U-turn out here, and I know I'm going to scare him out, him thinking I have Heat Wave, since I ran Heat Wave last week against Shady, and I spammed the crap out of it. So I know that's going to be fresh in his head. So I'm just going to U-turn out straight away, because that is my best move at this point, and I see he's going to bring this thing out, and when I bring in Mega Alakazam, I'm going to know if he doesn't switch out whether or not he's going to worry about saving this thing at all. He has to know I came in bringing the Focus Blast, or to be able to set up a substitute to go. And I'm just going to go straight away for the Focus Blast, because I think he's going to stay in, because I don't think he needs this thing for anything on his team. And he confirmed it in his video, the press conference that went up yesterday, that this was Thick Bat strictly pretty much for checking Heatran. And I'm just going to one-shot that freaking thing with Mega Alakazam. So way to go, Yoda. You are the Jedi Master. It's going to bring Jabari Parker back out here, and I know he will only do that if he's scarfed. Because I could have shenanigans for it. And I'm going to have to switch out here because I don't want to take a U-turn to the face. I'm just going to go out and Hitmontop because Intimidate is going to make whatever he uses hurt me less. And that's my physical wall, so it's going to sponge it real nice. And look at that, does negligible damage. Negligible damage. Whee! So anyways, he's going to go out into Katie, his Mega Gardevoir, and we don't really have anything to do here. And I'm just thinking, I'll please have Psychic. If you have Psychic, I can handle you so much better. That Psyshock just wrecks my team. Ugh. I should have brought Heatran. And I go out here, and I wasn't sure what he was going to do. I honestly thought he was going to go for the Hyper Voice straight away, and I'd be able to gauge the damage, because this is a completely special wall, which was originally intended to check and switch out Suicune, because I can take any of his hits and just beat him down if he doesn't have Calm Mind, which turns out he didn't. And I would have been able to just destroy it. But unfortunately, that never happens. And Katie gets her first knockout of the match. And I'm going to bring out Crobat here, who has the Cross Poison, but I'm just going to U-turn because I know he can't risk staying in, knowing how important that is. He's going to get the Intimidate off here, and I'm just going to U-turn back out. I don't want him to know any more of my moves than he does right now, because I think he still thinks I have Heat Wave. And I believe he confirms that in his video. So we are going to go out into Jane Fawn, because I know he's going to have to switch out because he can't take an Aqua Jet. I'm banded, and he isn't going, I mean, I didn't do the calcs, but he's going to switch out. He has to. And he's going to go into Air Flood. So I went for the knockoff, getting rid of those lefties, which I believe he has. And we'll see that in a second. Yeah, go for the knockoff. Knew he had to switch there. I knew, and I didn't want him going into this. And this was the Suicune and Fairthorn were just so good for him against the team that I brought. It was ridiculous. Gonna go for Scald. Gohan's gonna take that again. He's gonna have to switch out here. He's gonna go. I should have went for Trick here. I had Trick, Choice Scarf just to F his walls in the A, and I never used it. I was so close to clicking freaking Trick there, but I didn't. And just, that would have been so nice. It would have helped me so much right here. I still would have outsped him. I'd have been able to go for Ice Beam. Ugh. Why didn't I do that? Go out and Hitmontop. Because I have High Jump Kick, and that's going to do a lot of damage, because I can tell this thing's specially defensive. Based on the way he's playing, I think. I don't know. Pretty sure, yeah. I think this is the sassy one we talked about earlier in the match. I'm sorry, I've narrated this like 3 times now. And he's gonna pull Fairthorn back out. He's gonna go back out into Katie, and I'm going to reveal the High Jump Kick here. I should have played risky, and I should have Toxic'd here. Not that I think it would have helped the overall play of this match, but he had absolutely no recovery whatsoever. I'm just gonna go for the Protect to see what he's gonna go for. Just trying to do a little bit of mind gamesiness here, but I have no safe switch. So I'm going to have to let Hitmontop go down because he doesn't really have as much of a use at this point. And I am just doing damage. Shoot. Word just went over my head. Damage control at this point. So I go out into Zoom Roll because nothing's going to want to come in and take any moves from this thing. And I know he's going to fear the waterfall, so he's going to go out into Air Flood. So I go for the Play Rough, and this is a completely physically bulky Suicune. And look at the damage that does. Why I have not brought Banded Azumarill sooner, stupid. And we're going to take him out here. Luckily, we don't get burnt on the Scald, and the Scald does negligible damage. Negligible. Bringing out the N word. Yeah, negligible. That's an N, not an L top. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, forgive me. So he's going to bring out Firethorn because he knows I'm locked into Play Rough, and I don't want to get the Iron Barb damage. And he's going to go for the Gyro Ball here, which I thought I could live one. And I went back and did the calcs afterwards, and my thinking was about off by a hair, just a hair. He was nearly guaranteed to KO me at that range, but whatever. He took me out, fair and clean. It was like a 2% chance of me surviving that at that health. But I'm gonna go for the Focus Blast here because it is the best thing I have to hit this with. I really should have brought Hidden Power Fire, but I really thought he was going to bring Latios, and I wouldn't have had anything to hit Latios with if I had done that. So, freaking Ferrothorn. This was one of the things I switched out of Pokemon at the very last second, Porygon Z for Heatran, and I didn't account for the lack of a fire move on my team, except for on Aromatisse, and she got knocked out by Katie, and freaking Ferrothorn, man. That was a fantastic trade Steve and Geo did to get this thing. So I know Porygon Z can come in and take this thing out with the Tri-Attack, and I know he can't switch out. And now I can freely go for Play Roughs or whatever I want on his team, Waterfalls even, and nothing is going to, yeah, Play Roughs will be resisted. No, it'll be neutral because fighting and steel. It's late. Jane Fonda is going to come out here. If you don't know who Jane Fonda is, you aren't as old as me, and that's probably about 99% of my audience. So I'm going to survive the extreme speed there, and I know I have to go for Waterfall. Did the tail just glow blue when that happened? Or am I going crazy? I swear the tail just glowed blue when I went for Waterfall. But he's going to bring in Katie here, and Katie's going to be able to mop up what's left of Jane Fonda. So, good game, Steve. That was a fantastic game. 2-0 in his favor. He had Katie and Jabari Parker left. So, fantastic game, Steve. Thank you for a good match. Good luck in your endeavors in the GBA for the rest of the season. He moves up to 2-5. I fall to 1-6. And as we are sitting going into this week, I don't want to spoil any of the matches, we are in dead last place. We have tied for the worst record with the worst differential. So at this point, we are locked in, well, not locked in, we are sitting at the #1 draft pick for next season. So that is a positive we have going for us now. Now, I don't want everybody to think, oh, well, Tuff's just going to tank now because he wants to get that first overall pick, which actually isn't the case. While it would be nice, that is a lot of pressure that I don't appreciate, but, I mean, if that's what it comes to, that's what it comes to. We get to pick one Pokemon and have absolutely no restriction or chance of it being sniped, which is always a good thing. But yeah, guys, don't forget to hit that like button down below. Leave comments for the press conference video. If you didn't see my Q&A announcement video, go back a couple of days and check it out. I am closing out the questions Monday morning at what I'm going to believe to be about noon Eastern Standard Time, because that's probably when I'm going to sit down to do that video. Another small announcement, I was invited to do the Kanto cast. So, super excited for that. It's going to be a guest, I don't know what you call the guest person. Going to be a guest on their podcast, which is fantastic because I love doing podcasts. Hashtag podcasts are great. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. Alright guys, go sub to Steve. His link will be in the description. I'm sure if you've subbed to me, you're subbed to him because he is the creator of the GBA. So, alright guys, this is Middleman Tup, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.